Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining. So we're just getting set up. I'm a little couple minutes late. Was just trying to get my tea, get something in my belly because I have a special reading here for you guys. So today we're going to do a full moon intention reading, okay? And we're going to we're going to pull a card for each sign from the Wisdom of the House of Night. Here's what the book looks like for those of you that are interested. Wisdom of the House of Night. This is that oracle deck that everyone always asks about. So let me get my mic and everything set up while we're waiting for people to join. Thank you guys so much for joining in. All right, microphone, come on, let's go. You can do it. First sign we're going to start with is the air signs, by the way. So let's see. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me the opportunity, clairvoyance, and insight to readings. Please allow a clear and concise message to come through to the viewer. Please protect me, the viewer, and the cards from any negative energies, Spirit. And thank you again so much for allowing me the opportunity, clairvoyance, and insight to do these readings. And please allow for a most helpful, positive message. Blessed be. So let me get the first sign we will start with is Gemini. Gemini. Trying to pull the reading up on my phone first. There it is. I did get a notification. Let me turn this down. All right, Gemini. So let's get started. I got everything up, the mic in, the phone up. So we're gonna pull a card from the Wisdom of the House of Night. This is going to be a reading that's going to be intended for the full moon. Okay, I want to see, if there's anything that we need to heal, anything that we need to release, any advice that needs to be given. Because I don't know if you guys know, but this full moon that's happening tonight is a very powerful full moon, and it's actually a super moon, and it's the beginning phase of a series of super moons that are going to come all in a row. So a very powerful time for you to set your intentions. I actually shared a post on Instagram about it. So let's see, we're going to get the cards for Gemini, and then we are going to get into kind of like an advice-ish spread. We'll see what we need to release in order to set intentions moving forward. So let's see. For Gemini, Spirit, give me a card or two for Gemini. What does Gemini need to see for this full moon? What do they need to release? What information do they need to know? This came out like this. So, rigid, chaos, and success here, Gemini. So the underlying issue is success. I feel like this is what's to come, okay, for Gemini. But I feel like you're kind of guarded right here because of something that has happened in the past. Okay, and this was a very, chaos is like a storm. It's almost the energy of a tower moment. So let's see here. Go ahead, Nick. What's your question? Let's see here for Gemini. What does Gemini need to release? What does Gemini need to know, Spirit, for this full moon? What are they saying here? Let's see. Yeah, you guys can ask questions. Go ahead. I try to be focused on the cards, but I do have it open to look down. We'll see. Page of Pentacles. Will my sister and I reincarnate together again? So I'm not sure what your astrological sign is. I would kind of have to like stop everything to like do a reading just specifically for questions, I suppose. So what I want to kind of focus on right now is the full moon intentions and what to release in order to kind of set intentions moving forward. I feel like if you put your intentions into the reading, there will be information that comes out of it. So if you ask the reading a question, seek the question within certain readings, you will find your answers. Okay, we are all very intuitive beings. So let's see here, Gemini. I feel like you're working on something that's coming in. You're trying to manifest, obviously, this new opportunity. But again, this past situation, this chaos, is kind of holding you back from that. I feel like reviewing the plan is what's coming up here. So whatever plan that you created for this new venture that you're embarking on, the plans that you've set for that new opportunity, I feel like what the cards are saying is you need to be a little bit more flexible in how this turns out, and don't be so focused on things that have gone wrong in the past, right? So if this is a relationship, look to the future. Okay, you might have been played in the past, you might have been hurt within a relationship or a situation, but by holding on to that sadness, or holding on to those negative things that happened to you in the past, those negative intentions that were set, or those negative people that kind of did you wrong, you're going to hinder yourself from moving forward. I feel like the person or the opportunity may be kind of paused or waiting to see what you're going to do or how you're going to present yourself. Let's see. Let's get a couple more cards out here for Gemini. I do feel here that it's slowly happening for you, this opportunity. So whether this is a relationship or whether this is a business opportunity, it's coming together very slowly, okay? Pentacles is like one of the slowest energies in the deck. But I feel like here, Gemini, what's going to happen is you're going to, by looking back at that, you're like taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back every time you look back to the past, or every time you hold on to this past situation. Try to focus on the balance, on balancing the situation, One thing I feel like what's coming out here, Gemini, for this full moon is maybe you need to do a ritual releasing that past or those past energies. So whether it's a relationship, whether it's a business opportunity, maybe, you know, in the past you might have had you've tried several business opportunities and nothing ever worked out. So now you're kind of a little bit reluctant to start something new, or always like questioning, is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Um, just focus on the future. Focus on the movement forward. That's where the success, that's where you're going to start seeing positive movement forward. Okay. I do feel like you're a little resistant to this, and it's because you keep, like, you know, like I said, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. So we will get a soul truth card out here for Gemini. Let's see. I believe the soul truth came out in one of, I think it's the love reading that I just did for you. What if it was easy? It doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease, call in grace, and receive guidance. You are supported. Today's soul action. List 10 possible ideals for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. Beautiful, Gemini, beautiful. I love that soul truth deck. So, Gemini, for the full moon, what I see here and what I feel like it's going to be beneficial for you is to do a ritual surrounding releasing that past energy. So if it's an ex or a love interest that you're trying to release, I suggest to, what I do in those situations is I write a letter to that person. Okay, don't send it, just write the letter out and then roll it up and burn it. And burning is such a symbolic ritual of release. Okay. So the same, if it's a business opportunity or a business venture that you kind of had negative feelings around, take time and write out on a piece of paper how you felt in that moment, and maybe some of the situations that you feel you could have done different, or what you seen went wrong in that situation, and do the same thing. Burn that piece of paper. Whatever it is, I feel like you need to do a ritual, some sort of ritual around releasing this energy. Because we're focused on the past during this very powerful full moon phase, it's not going to be beneficial for this energy. You could harness this energy, facing that negative energy so much better. I feel if you released that negative energy, you probably would have kind of like a little boost in whatever, love, career, finances, business, whatever it is, because it's going to help kind of take those burdens off your shoulders. So let's see here for Libra spirit. What does Libra need to see for the next couple days? The full moon energy. Vision and cycles. On the bottom we have success. So here, Libra, we have a situation where I feel like There's something that keeps coming back around in your life, something that keeps going around. And I feel like there's something that you're not seeing because of this cycle, whether it's a person that keeps coming back into your life and leaving, or whether it's a job opportunity that's just out of your reach. There's something that you're missing. Aphrodite, the vision card, it symbolizes when we lose something, there's something to gain out of that. And cycles talks about things coming back around, right? This is also symbolic of the moon cycles. Okay. I feel like what's going on here for you, Libra, is this situation is about to be released. Now, this could be good or bad, because if you want this to happen, then congratulations. But if you don't want this to happen, you may be resistant to this change. However, I do feel like this change is going to be significant. We'll pull a few cards around this change. Let's see. Most important message here for Libra spirit. What does Libra need to see? Standing your ground, making a decision, and sticking to it. Let's see. So again, like I said, there's a change that there's something that you're not wanting to see. You're resisting. Okay. I feel like this change is having to do with career, with finances. I feel like there may be some conflict with a boss. And that's causing some resistance within this workplace. And I feel like you may have to make a decision to walk away from this, but you don't want, maybe you've been at this place for a long time, or there's a reason why you're not wanting to make this change. Let's get a couple more cards out. Let's get a couple, clarify the death card in reverse here, Spirit, please. The devil is in the details. I just heard the devil is in the details. And then the devil card came out. I feel like this is a very toxic situation, Libra. And I feel like you're going to have to, if you don't decide to walk away from this on your own, you're going to be forced. It's not a good situation here. I feel like this is very, very hard decision for you to make. And I get the sense here it's surrounding like longevity. You've been at this position for a long time. Now, this could be relationships. You could be at odds with your partner, not wanting to change the scenario, and it's becoming really toxic. But I get the sense here that this is more like a job situation. So on the bottom, we have the Nine of Wands, which is stress, anxiety, a lot of baggage, water under the bridge, if you will. The Strength card here symbolizes acceptance. It symbolizes you have the strength and courage to move forward from this, but there's still that acceptance piece that needs to take place. You're going to have to accept that this isn't This isn't something that's in your best interest. Let's see. Let's get a soul truth card out here for you. I feel like for the full moon, and obviously if this is a toxic relationship, please do not rush out of this. When you're leaving a toxic relationship, it's the most dangerous period in that relationship. But if this is a job situation, you may not be able to leave it that quickly either, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so for the full moon, obviously you can't just release this energy, right? Especially if it's a job and you need to have your ducks in a row. So maybe I feel like what the Three of Wands here is symbolizing is coming up with like an exit plan, if you will, coming up with a plan on how to, the steps you're going to take in order to get out of this situation practically, right? And if this is a relationship, try to be cautious, careful, and don't rush out of anything. That's what I'm hearing. So, Libra, your soul truth card that's coming out is, how can I infuse more love and compassion into my daily life? If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Buddha. Today's soul action. Choose one self-care action to do today. Set stronger boundaries. Meditate and listen to your heart. Speak to yourself with compassion. Focus on your strengths. Say no to something that isn't a soul yes. Say yes to something that you are afraid of. Let go of what you cannot control. Stay far away from drama and negativity. Ask for help and allow it. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. Choose one self-care action to do today. So Libra, I do definitely feel like this situation is definitely something that needs to be released. But however, I feel like there needs to be a plan, an exit plan, an exit strategy for your self-care or your full moon task or intuition setting. I feel like that plan, by making that exit plan, that's kind of setting your intentions for this full moon, and maybe even taking it one step further and start planning, you know, where this is going, where this is headed. So if this is a career, maybe looking at other job opportunities or starting to work on your resume. If this is a relationship, you know, starting to focus on that self-care and bringing the attention back to yourself, getting in what you like to do, you know, what hobbies do you like to do by yourself. Every Sunday for Self-Care Sunday, guys, I do a 1 hour for the day focusing on something that makes me happy by myself. Okay, and the key is by yourself because you kind of want to incorporate self-love. There has to be a balance. Okay, so Libra, that is the message I have for you guys coming out. Aquarius is going to be the next one. We're getting the air signs done. Sorry guys, this is a little longer for each, but I really feel like it's necessary for the full moon intentions, guys. That's what I'm kind of targeting here, full moon intentions. If you guys enjoy the message, find that it's helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Very much appreciated. Thank you guys all for joining in. So Aquarius, 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 let's see what we can see for you guys. This is the Wisdom of the House of Oracle deck, by the way. Aquarius, Aquarius, full moon intentions. I've seen the self-love card, self-worth. Let's see if she comes out. Most important message for Aquarius, Spirit. What does Aquarius need to see here? Vision, chaos, the moon, Aquarius. I feel like there's something here. I feel like you're on the verge of a tower moment. I hate to say that for whoever this message is for, but understand here, Aquarius, that whenever something is released from our life, whenever one door closes, another door opens. The moon. The moon is intuition. It's setting your intentions. I feel like what this is saying is that you intuitively know that this is going to happen. So whether this is and a tower moment isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's definitely a significant change. It can bring some chaos, some disorientation within that period. But if we're ready, if we're prepared for this to happen, if we can intuitively know what's going on here, we can at least be organized and prepared for this event. Okay. One thing I am noticing, 8 to the 9. If you guys look, sequential order. Okay. So you guys are on the right path, is what I take from that. You guys are also taking the right steps, doing the right things. And this moon is going to be very powerful in this setting intentions for you guys. Okay, so let's see here, Aquarius. Let's pull out a tarot deck. We'll do the Gilded Tarot for you guys. Most important message here for Aquarius Spirit. What does Aquarius need to see? Celebration. Let's see. So the Three of Cups is a celebration. It can also symbolize emotions, right? Overfilling of emotions, overpouring of emotions. Okay. I feel like there's a situation. So this is so crazy. The Lovers and the Eight of Cups both in reverse. I feel like there's a situation here that was a third party situation. That's what it feels like. The Lovers in reverse is a separation, is unrequited love. There could be a third party situation here that's coming out that's causing this chaos. Let's get a couple more cards out here to see what's going on here, Aquarius. I do feel like there is somebody seeking information. The Page of Swords is also the Spy card. Maybe what had happened here was there was a third party situation. Maybe like you had a main person and like a side person, and then you fell in love with the side person. Because the Three of Cups, the Lovers in reverse, the Eight of Cups, the Page, Seven of Cups. There's a lot of confusion here in this spread. I feel like you're uncertain on who's the right one. However this is resonating, you have two options here in love, Aquarius, or maybe more than two options, but I feel like you're not certain. You feel very strong connections with both people. There could also be somebody here that's working together, bringing this together. Somebody is going to be resistant of this, and it's going to cause you to kind of I feel like they're going to take a step back here, Aquarius. I feel like that's what's going to end this situation. If you don't make a decision, someone's going to make the decision for you, basically, is what I'm getting here. Somebody knows about this. For whoever is coming to this reading and this is resonating with you, your person knows that this is a third party situation. I feel like there's going to be, the only way to get out of this is like stay or go, but if you stay, you're going to have to make a commitment type of deal. You're going to have to give them a grounded offer. That's what I'm seeing here, Aquarius. For those of you that this is resonating with, I know it's not going to be very many. Let's get a soul truth. Most important message here for Aquarius. Spirit, what does Aquarius need to see? You're going to have to make a decision here, Aquarius. For your full moon intentions, I feel like just taking a step back. Just taking a step back and try to make a decision intuitively. How does my body want to move today? When we move, we change our state and raise our vibration. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. Are you moving your body daily? Are you passionate about it? Is it time to try something new? How does your body want to move today? Listen joyfully and joyfully do. Move your body. I feel like what needs to happen for the full moon for you, Aquarius, you're gonna have to make a decision, okay? And if I feel like you've already been thinking about this, but there's a lot of confusion surrounding this decision. And I get the sense here that if you don't make this decision, somebody's going to make it for you. So, Virgo is the next. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Let's see. Most important message here for Virgo. What does Virgo need to see? Deceit, listening, and invisible. So Virgo, somebody is being deceitful, somebody is being deceptive. I feel like there's a need here to listen in between the lines, to listen to what they're not saying. So let's say, for instance, this is the best case scenario I can come up with is you're in a relationship and maybe it's a new relationship. So, you're maybe not all the way fully invested completely yet, but there's a person who you're talking to and you guys have really great conversations. You say a lot of good things to each other, a lot of positive vibes, but every once in a while they're not available. So maybe they don't answer the phone and then they just, I was at work or I was dealing with family. They have an excuse. I feel like there's a reason for that. Okay, hold on, let me take a drink of tea. I feel like they're hiding something. I feel like there's something hidden. within this, okay? Now, understand here, Virgo, you have a choice, right? And you may have already kind of had this inkling, especially if it's something like that with communication, where they're kind of like distant or not really saying everything. Trust your intuition. Let's get a couple cards out here for Virgo. What is Virgo not seeing here, Spirit? Sorry guys if I'm not seeing your super chats. My other phone died and I have to charge it in order for it to turn back on. So I'll let you know when I can see those chats. Sorry. I do apologize. And Capricorn is coming next. So for the question that was with Capricorn, I will try to see what we can pick up for you and your sister, Nikki. So let's see here. This one's for Virgo. Virgo, what are you not seeing here, right? What is being hidden for Virgo, Spirit? Couple more cards, please. Well, that was interesting. Feel like there's some confusion. The King of Pentacles is earth energy, so this could be you, Virgo. This could be another person. There's definitely illusions here with the Moon card, and somebody not wanting to see this clearly. I feel like you are already in the you may already be aware of this. Maybe you're weighing your options. Seeking information, but be very cautious because I feel like this thing that's hidden may not be as serious, right, as you feel it is. The Five of Swords is kind of the tit for tat, right? The tit for tat energy. And I feel like that's kind of what's causing this confusion. Either you are kind of trying to one up another person, or this person is using you to try to one up on somebody else. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. So I don't know why that's coming out, but this is a very strong connection. And I feel like by doing this, by playing into this Five of Swords, this tit for tat type of energy, this back and forth, like, aha, I gotcha. Oh, you want to make me mad? Oh, okay, now I got you. That needs to be released. And I'm not sure if that's because of a past relationship with you. Maybe you're trying to make an ex jealous with this person, or maybe this person is trying to make an ex jealous with you. But I feel like you guys have a really strong connection here. There's a really strong connection here, Virgo. And this could be a very beautiful thing. But because of that energy, it's causing this confusion. So I feel like there's going to need to be light shed on this situation. You guys are going to have to maybe have a conversation. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't need to have a conversation with this person. Maybe if this is you trying to make somebody jealous, maybe you got to get clear. You got to get clear on what it is that you truly want. Do you want to, what's more important here, Virgo? Do you want to one up that other person, or would you rather focus on the future? Focus on this strong connection. Because you can't do both. And I feel like this other person, however this is resonating, whether this is you trying to one up another person, the other partner you're involving knows this. If this is the other person using you to one up, you intuitively know this. You see what I'm saying? So because the other person already knows, it's causing this resistance. Let's get a couple more cards out here. I feel like you're going to have to let this, you're going to have to make a decision, really. What's it going to be? Is it more important to kind of get over on the other person, or is it more important to focus on this connection? I feel like it's more important to focus on this connection for you, honestly, than it is to get back at this other person. But it's up to you, Virgo. You have free will. The bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. So again, this very strong connection keeps being presented here. Let's see. Soul Truth. I hope that's resonating for you guys out there. I do honestly feel like these messages are meant for somebody, and so whoever needs to hear this, healing, this balance, right? Focus on balance and healing. So how do we do that, right? Well, the first thing here is, Virgo, you're going to have to get clear on what you truly want. What do you envision the outcome being? Where do you see this going? Play that tape out in your head. See where it goes. You have to make the decision that's going to make you happy. And I feel like you intuitively know this is a very strong connection. So if this isn't you that's trying to do this one-up energy, then maybe this needs to be laid out on the table. And I feel like it needs to be laid out like in person, not over the phone or over text message. You guys have to come to a real honest outcome with each other and with yourselves. So the card coming out for you, Virgo. From whom can I release my judgment right now? Judgment closes our hearts to truth and separates us from love. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what it is. Today's full action. Look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted. Add more grace to open your heart to this truth. When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth. I am loved, I am whole, I am limitless, and so are they. Beautiful, Virgo. Feel like for the full moon intention, though, what is coming out here, Virgo, is this tit for tat energy is going to have to be released. You have free will, obviously. You can do whatever you want, but in order for you to take a hold of the power that's coming into play here in the universe right now with these powerful supermoons, it's like whatever intentions we set right now for the next, I believe, 4 months until May or June, there's some very powerful alignments that are happening within that time period, And right now, this tonight, the super moon is the beginning phases of that. So, whatever intentions we set tonight, it's going to manifest and magnify. Okay? Now, you have an opportunity of a lifetime to take advantage of that. That's why I wanted to do this reading. And I feel like the strongest message that's coming out here is the tit for tat energy, whatever it is, this one upping, it's no longer serving you personally. Now, I don't know about the connection. I don't know about this other person. This reading is for Virgo. And for Virgo, this tit for tat energy is no longer serving you. You have to dig deep to see why this is happening, where this is coming from, and play that tape out. And I feel like it's going to be helpful. But it has to be released. So, Virgo. The next sign is Taurus. Taurus 4628. Taurus. Let's see what we can see for you guys. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Most important message, Spirit, for Taurus. What does Taurus need to see for this full moon intentions? What does Taurus need to release? What are they needing to set to take advantage of this powerful energy? Most important message here, Spirit. One more card, please. Confidence and strength. And rigid. So rigid is the wall. It's this wall that's built up. Now understand here, Taurus, the reasoning behind the wall. Okay? Everybody has these defense mechanisms that we build up. Okay? That creates this wall. When we're children, here's a little example. When we're children and we hear something scary in the nighttime, we kind of tend to like pull the covers over our head to protect ourselves. But when we're older and we hear like somebody intruding into our house, it might not be in our best interest just to cover our head and protect ourselves that way. We might have to use other avenues to protect ourselves, okay? I feel like what's coming out here for you, Taurus, is this wall, these defense mechanisms that you've built up within yourself to protect you. They're no longer serving. However, that's resonating. And I feel like for those of you that this is resonating, give it a thumbs up if it is, by the way, but if it's resonating, you know what I'm talking about. So whether this is that flight mode, right? Flight, leaving relationships or hard situations. Maybe it's staying too long, right? Planting yourself like a tree into a relationship or into a situation. And even when everything's crumbling around you, you're just standing there allowing it to happen or watching this all fall. Now, you have the strength that it takes to get through this within you already. I feel like what is lacking is the confidence. Okay? And understand here, Taurus, when we build these walls, they protect us from the situation at hand. Okay? But along the way, we learn boundaries, we learn different tools that we can use to kind of protect us from these situations. but a lot of us never take that wall down. So what I feel like is coming out here for you, Taurus, and we will get into it with the tarot deck, but I feel like what's coming out here for you, Taurus, is this wall needs to come down. Um, and it's not going to happen overnight, so this isn't something that you're going to be able to set an intention for and this is going to happen. It's going to be one of those things that you're going to have to do this inner work, right? This review and release process. Sometimes, you guys, when we do the review and release process, we have to go through that several times. It's not like we can review and release something one time. A lot of times there's memories that we've suppressed that we can't see right away. You know, it takes a little bit of processing in order to dive into those other memories, those other really negative memories or experiences. So, review and release as much as you freaking need to. Who's saying that there's a number? So, let's see here, Taurus. Let's see. For most important message for Taurus Spirit, what does Taurus need to release for this full moon? What are they not seeing here? I knew it. So remember that thing that I said about you stay in a relationship longer than you need to, and when everything's crumbling around you, you just stay like a tree rooted in this chaos. Emperor and Empress and Emperor in reverse, okay? There's a situation here, Taurus, that you are very connected to. You are very tied to this person. And I feel like you feel that. You know what's going on here, okay? But what I see here is that is either in the process of ending or has ended. And you're still holding on. You're still holding on to that. Even though this other person may be very self-centered, very stubborn, and I feel like it may have gotten worse over the time, over this time that everything's been crumbling around you. It's still crumbling. You're still holding on to this. The illusion here is around this connection. Now understand here, Taurus, and this really could go for anybody, but this is a Taurus reading, that when we have a soulmate connection, when we have a twin flame connection, we shouldn't use an excuse that that's our soulmate or twin flame to stay in a toxic relationship, no matter what. And a lot of times that's what manipulative people use in order to keep us stuck. Feel like you're going to have to end this situation. I do feel like you are starting to wake up to this, but I feel like there is still a need to kind of review and release this. There's definitely still some illusions here, and I feel like it's surrounding, like, this is a soulmate connection. They may be using that, and you're holding on like, this is my soulmate and we're gonna get married and we're gonna do all this stuff, but they're still doing their own thing. So right now, Taurus, the energy I'm picking up is you may have already left the situation, but maybe going back and staying the night, or maybe you've already thought about leaving the situation but haven't yet made the move yet. But I feel like this is going to end very soon. This is intended for a daily reading, but I feel like within this next week or so, all this information is going to come out, and this tower is going to finally crumble. Now, When that happens, you have to understand that yes, this is a deep connection. We have on the bottom of the deck the Four of Wands. So yes, Taurus, this is a very deep connection. You are right. But in those soulmate connections, they're put in our lives to help us along our ascension journey. It's not meant to be the end all be all. And so maybe there's something that you guys are needing to learn from other people that you wouldn't have learned from each other. Do feel like there is a need here to let this connection go, let this die. You do have free will. I always want to say that in the readings because I never want somebody to think, oh, I have to do that right now. You have free will. It is in your best interest moving forward to break these ties, especially if this is resonating where this person has kind of gone aloof. But it's not going to be easy, and it's going to take time. It's going to take time. So, Taurus, the soul truth for you. Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? The people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we become. Does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? Today's soul action. Make a desire list of the type of people with whom you wish to surround yourself, and clarify if there is anyone in your life who no longer serves you. Can you love them from a distance? So Taurus, again, for the full moon, I do feel like it is in your best interest just to try to let this situation die. But I do feel like it's not going to be easy. It's definitely feeling like you're sacrificing something for sure. Okay? So that's the message I have coming out for Taurus. The next is Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn. Is that 50? 58. Capricorn, Capricorn. Let's see. Capricorn, Capricorn. See for you what we can see for Capricorn. Most important message here, Spirit, for Capricorn. Again, this is the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle deck. For those that are interested in, I use this deck. It's a full moon deck, so I use it around the full moon, guys, if you haven't noticed. So let's see. Just try to harness the power of the moon. Does control the tides in the ocean. Let's see, Capricorn, for you, Capricorn, Capricorn. Most important message here for Capricorn. Most important message for Capricorn. Spirit, what does Capricorn need to see? Fragment. Not seeing the whole picture. Meditation. Okay. All right. I feel like here, Capricorn, you're not seeing the whole picture. You're not seeing all of the information needed to make a proper decision in this. I feel like this is something that you're trying to gain clarity on this, okay? And I do get the sense here that everything is going to be revealed in time. You know how they say hindsight is always 20/20? I feel like meditating, breathing, resting, rejuvenating. But there's a situation here that you're being pulled towards, but I feel like you're resisting because you can't see the whole picture. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. I do feel here, Capricorn, that sometimes on certain paths in our life, all the information isn't going to be revealed all at once. That's why they say hindsight is always 2020. Some things we can't control. There's some things in life we can't control. You may have free will, but trust when I say there are some things in life, Capricorn, you just can't control. No matter how much you want to focus, no matter how much you want to concentrate and figure it out, sometimes it's not meant to be figured out. It's meant to be felt. Get what I'm saying? So let's see here, Capricorn, what we can see for you. What are you not seeing for Capricorn spirit? What is Capricorn not seeing here? Five of Cups, Two of Pentacles, some resistance, a little bit of resistance, a lot of resistance, defensiveness too. Feel like there's a person that has come back from the past, and I feel like this connection, I want to say, had very high highs and very low lows. I feel like this person may have been very helpful in your life, but I also feel like they may have been hurtful as well. I do get the sense here that you are a little defensive about this connection or this situation, resistant. But I feel like you're being pulled towards this person for some reason or another. I do feel like kind of lacking faith a little bit in your intuition, because I feel like your intuition is what's pulling you towards this. Temperance, Sagittarius energy, but this symbolizes ultimately balance, a balanced approach, healing, balance, balance, balance. What I feel here, Capricorn, is this person is coming back in. They may have already came back in your life, but you're resistant to them coming back in. And I feel like this time around, it is more balanced, okay? It is. They may have done some healing, or you may have done some healing, something along those lines. I feel like this is going to be a completely different approach, different type of relationship. I do feel like you guys have a very strong connection here, with the Four of Wands and the Six of Cups coming out. There's just resistance, and I feel like it's because of what happened in the past. I'm going to get a couple cards here for the advice here. I want to see where this is going. I feel like balance. You need balance in order to have this connection come together. There needs to be balance in this connection. So here we have the Hierophant with the Ace of Wands. And this is telling me that this new beginning, I feel like it has to be more of a traditional approach, you know, more like back in the old days where you courted your lady for a little bit before you just jumped into bed with her. You know, you can't just like rush into things basically. Take your time, take it slow. And I feel like this person may also know that as well. Don't be so resistant.